Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships. This is your boy M3, and I have my friend Janae, and I also have my wife Kasheen with me too. Today's topic is pretty simple. You can't win women over through gifts. So, to kind of start off, right, a lot of guys that I've seen, right, they fall in love with women a little too quickly, and some of them feel like, well, the traditional way to win a woman over is by pampering her, by being overly nice, and showering her with a whole bunch of gifts. Now, I've seen women that actually turn down really extravagant gifts that they give them because they feel like, well, one, I'm not in love with you like that. Two, some are like they don't want to lead them on. And three, like if you're totally not interested in them, you definitely don't want to accept no gift and give their high hopes up just so they could keep on pursuing you. A lot of men unfortunately have this mindset, whereas like I feel like I call it like the Disney World fairy tale stuff. When you watch things like on TV and you see like the guy who's always chasing after the woman constantly over and over. And then eventually they pretty much like get together. The woman's heart gets like won over, and they live happily ever after. Except that it doesn't happen like this in the real world. So that's the problem where most guys really get frustrated at. How do you feel, about guys like giving you gifts if you went through that experience, or Kashim, like before, like we was in a relationship. I'm for sure like you probably had guys in the past that want to win you over through gifts and feel like you know if they give you a whole bunch of gifts, then your heart will be all like head over heels for them. So if you guys don't mind, I'll probably start with Janae first because she is on the time limit. So
Hey guys, sorry I'm gonna be a little quick. In regards to the topic, I think it definitely depends. Like if you're attempting to court a woman, then of course if you want to take her out or give her gifts, that's fine. But if you're attempting to buy her love, then a lot of times you're gonna end up short. You're gonna end up attracting the wrong woman. I personally have a friend. I'm gonna be very quick. He's an older gentleman. He is single. A lot of times when he would be like, "Hey, you want to hang out? I just got paid," or "Ooh, I got a new raise," or
mm-hmm.
I've invested more money in my stocks." Like he would try to use the material things to kind of get me to hang out with him. Of course, I'm not like that. But then, so it didn't work on me. I'm gonna hang out with you. I'm gonna hang out with you. But he would tell me like, oh, this girl, I'm tired of them. They just want to use me. And I'm thinking like, well, yeah, you're attracting the wrong type of women because you're attempting to buy them. You can't buy a person. Now, I don't have an issue once again with the man giving you gifts, but you cannot buy anyone's love. However, I do believe men should be good providers and apart women too as well, but I definitely think it's important for a man to be a good provider, being able to provide for his family, his wife and so forth like that, or his girlfriend. So I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem with people attempting to buy love, and I do have a problem with women being able to be bought, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can go more into detail like beauty is currency. So a lot of times men will go after the most extremely beautiful woman without vetting her personality. As we know, beauty is currency.
Right,
You're
right.
able to change your whole social economic level just being looking a certain way. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times you see people, they'll go for a certain type of woman, quote unquote, the finest video girl, gold digger, and they end up being unhappy, dissatisfied, and like, hey, she's divorced me, she's taking millions of dollars from me. Well, hey, you were investing in her beauty instead of investing in the actual personality, her character. You weren't vetting her properly.
Right, right.
But I mean, I don't want to do like a blanket statement. Everyone in every relationship is unique. But I personally am not in the business of buying friends, buying men, and I don't want to be bought either. I want someone to actually enjoy me and love me for me, not because of my looks, not because of whatever it's superficial thing. I think people are more than that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it because I gotta catch a train. Kashim.
All right, thank you, Janae. All right, babe, what you got?
So on the topic, there are in the world all kinds of people. The world goes around because there's so many different kinds of people, and I just know that speaking for myself, it's important for your significant other, whether they're male or female, to be able to have a sense of self-worth, because with men, if they don't feel like they have a self-worth, they're going to lead with their money, they're going to lead with their car, they're going to lead with their status. With women, leading with our beauty, leading with our brains. But at the same time, compatibility doesn't have anything to do with your social status and your, to some extent it does, because you want to be able to provide for your family, for yourself. But in our day and age, 70s on up, women, probably even the 60s, well, the 60s they were still fighting for their rights. Women have right to make as much as men, right? So we like flowers, we go buy ourselves flowers. We like diamonds, we go buy ourselves diamonds. I had a relationship when I was in college where the guy was very into what he was learning, computer engineering.
Right.
Came from a different country. I was enamored by, he's from a different country, he's so cool, he knows so much. But in actuality, he had a lot to learn about relationship-wise. I guess to some extent he felt like he treated me kind of like his little sister.
We have one more minute remaining.
Okay, he wanted to buy me this watch. He bought me this watch. I didn't realize it was an extravagant watch until later on. It's a Movado, like $300 watch. And then he starts being controlling, or not necessarily controlling so much as like he goes like this, like push my head when we're like talking.
Like he owned you, right?
It was just this, it made me fearful, like he's doing physical things that I'm not, people don't do that. Like I'm being chastised or something. And I told him, have your watch back. He goes, no, I'm going to give it to your family member if you don't want it. I don't, and I'm like, as soon as he gets me this gift, now he treats me this certain way. I'm like, no thanks. I told you from the beginning I didn't want it. You bought it anyways.
Right.
And then to see the behavior is just like, you don't want a relationship that you're in it because the person thinks, now that you have, or now that I'm giving you something, you owe me. Because everyone's independently equal, or they should be independently equal, and no one should feel like they have to give someone something in order to be loved. That's all.
One last thing. Women sometimes weaponize their beauty, and men sometimes weaponize their wealth. That's it. That's exactly what she was saying. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like I said, that was pretty good. Appreciate your opinions, ladies, and I know right now we're pressed on time, so to close it out, everyone, it seems that most men, for the ones like who gives out gifts and all that, uses that as leverage, as a way of control, and that's just not like the smart thing to really do. I think the best way to win a woman's heart over is basically just be you, and you find a one who's actually into you. If they're not into you, move on. Simple as that. No rocket scientists, no, books or studies or whatever. It's just basic common sense. Saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of money from pulling out your wallet. You don't have to lead with your wallet. Lead with your charisma and your self-worth. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching it.
Bye, guys.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Holla back.